the local tourney and get matched with my dame. Just one more goat bounce and I've got the game. Then on her turn she plays Shift Donald Duck. Gosh, it seems that I've run out of luck.
Come on now, let's play some Lorcana. With such a sugar rush, it's a nirvana. We'll rip a booster pack or four, shark food bites and roast a smorgasbord of Lord Lorcana.
Wow, thanks for that new song, Goofy. That sounds amazing.
Sounds like another smash hit from the Goofster.
It keeps getting better.
I love how he adapts it every time to the new expansion. He's always incorporating some new cards, but it still feels like the same song. It's very clever for a guy who's known for his goofiness rather than his lyric writing potential.
He must play Lorcana, right?
Of course he plays Lorcana. He's in Lorcana. He's going to play a game that features himself.
That's true. If you were a card in this game, would you play it?
Yeah, I'd play exclusively that. Just like Pete, our friend Pete can play a deck full of Petes now.
Yeah.
I would play a deck full of Bretts for sure. I think that'd be really ironic.
What would a legendary Brett card be in Lorcana?
When you play it, your opponent wins.
Your opponent wins?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just want everybody to be happy.
No.
Hey everybody.
No.
You're listening to Smorcana. I'm Brett.
I'm Katie.
And we are a Lorcana /snack /Disney in no particular order crossover podcast. What are we up to, Katie?
Well, we've been jamming for Toronto.
Yeah.
We've still got our eyes on the prize for the Toronto DLC.
Just doing my best to prepare. Katie, unfortunately, can't go. She has school starting. She has to teach the youths.
So dumb.
But I get to go to Toronto and I get to play. And so I've been practicing as much as I can, doing my best to, prepare and feel like I did what I could, give it my all.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm really excited to hear about your experience. We had such a, I think, unique experience in Texas. I think it's unlike other DLCs. I mean, I think a lot of it depends, right, on the location. So I'm really curious about how Toronto shakes out and what it feels like, and to hear your report.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more fun. The venue is in downtown Toronto in a hotel, and we're staying in the hotel that the event is in. So that's going to be a far cry from like a random rodeo convention center. And, I don't want to complain about Ravensburgos and PPG's efforts, the tournament organizers' efforts, because I know it's really hard to find places to host these events. And I know there are a ton of factors that go into it. That said, I am definitely more excited for the Toronto venue than I ended up being for the Fort Worth venue.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I have high hopes for it. I have good feelings about it.
Yeah, I've locked in on a deck. Just need to figure out the last, 4, 5, 6 card slots. But, been jamming lots of games with it. I feel like it's well positioned in the meta, and we'll give you more of an update about how it went next week for sure.
What are you playing?
Well, I feel it's extremely unlikely that I end up playing somebody who listens to this podcast. So I can say I'm playing Emerald Amethyst, a tempo deck. I feel like it's pretty well situated in the meta, especially now that Bucky will not be a part of the meta. That was a deck that was really oppressive to Emerald Amethyst. It was just a really, really bad matchup. And so without Bucky in the meta, I feel like Emerald Amethyst has good matchups into any Ruby deck for sure. I feel like it can hang with the Amber Emerald new hotness that might be running around. So it can go pretty quickly and go under some of these decks. It has some tools to fight some of these song-reliant decks. As long as I don't face too much steel, especially Amber Steel songs, I should feel pretty good against the field.
I think it's a really smart choice, and I can't wait to see how it shakes out. I don't know what I would have brought if I was going.
Well, you've been on a tear lately with Ruby Amethyst. You went back to your old standby.
Yeah, I've been coming back home to Ruby Amethyst lately.
You won a little tournament a couple weeks ago with Ruby Amethyst. Then yesterday we were at the first Set 5 legal constructed event at Diversions, and Why don't you tell us what happened there?
So, yeah, it was a set 5 event. We haven't had too much time building like specifically set 5 decks. We've still kept a lot of our set 4 decks intact to, jam for Toronto and still are kind of working in that meta. So we added some fresh cards to our old Ruby Amethyst deck, specifically the Madame Mim Elephant and the new Rush Evasive Elsa. And those two were the big stars of yesterday. There were a lot of new kind of spooky decks out there. We saw some cool location builds. We saw another Ruby Amethyst. We saw some popsicles. We saw
Robin Hood decks.
We saw Daisy Duck decks too. A lot of new spicy things that we came across. But Ruby Amethyst did me right. I made it all the way and I won the constructed.
Not so bad. So yeah, you've been on an absolute heater.
Yeah.
With Ruby Amethyst, getting hard to take you down when you play that deck.
Just been jamming it. It was good to take a break from it, I think. I think that helped me a lot with how to play it. Taking a break, taking a vacation, seeing other decks, and then coming back to it and remembering why I loved it so much in the first place.
Sure. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. When you jam a deck over and over again, you can get lost in the weeds and start to overthink things, and every single choice becomes really difficult. Whereas if you take a break sometimes and then you come back, things start to flow and you're just relying almost on muscle memory at that point. And a lot of times that's right, because that ingrained muscle memory has been built up with game after game after game. And so it's almost like instincts take over and you stop overthinking things.
Exactly. And we each did pretty well yesterday, though. How did you do?
I also made the top 4. I lost in the top 4 to Steel Song, which is definitely my hardest matchup. I was playing my Emerald Amethyst deck with a few new cards as well. I was playing the new legendary Anna, who was awesome. A couple elephants, which I love. Love the elephants. I love the new Elsa. I was also playing a couple of her. So yeah, some of the new cards were really, really wonderful. Steel Song is absolutely crazy right now, where you can start a game with a Daisy Duck or 3 and then play Ariel and sing Whole New World when you're going first. So you're feeding your opponent all of these cards with Daisy Duck, and then you play Whole New World and you vomit out the rest of your hand. And without a board clear like Be Prepared or Tinkerbell and Grab Your Sword, it is an absolute nightmare. If they play Whole New World, I would venture to say impossible to win on the draw against that with Emerald Amethyst, and that's what happened to me a couple of times. But hung in there and managed to win when I was on the play. So, trying to figure out that matchup, navigate it in advance of Toronto, and at least I won't have to deal with Daisy Duck in Toronto.
That's what I was just going to say. Yep, at least you really won't be playing against those specific decks anyways.
But we won a whole bunch of packs between us yesterday, so that was really cool, making up half the top 4. And then you won a cool Encanto mat, the new
Oh my gosh,
Look at
so
This Family
cool.
mat. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. And earlier this week we went to a sealed, and that was also the prize at that sealed, and we didn't win it then. And it looked so pretty. And we got it. So it's on our table right now as we record this beautiful podcast. It's gorgeous. I really like that it looks like it's painted. It reminds me of the Moana playmat. It's got the same kind of a style, and I love it.
What else have we been doing in Lorcana?
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. So we took a little mini staycation over with Brett's family this past week. And obviously we brought our cards because we're not animals. We take them with us wherever we go. And we taught your mom Lorcana.
My mom is not a gamer. Not at all. She likes classic games. Like, she likes to play, I don't know, checkers or like backgammon. She used to play Mahjong when I was a kid.
Nice.
So she likes games, but, she hasn't played a contemporary board game, of her own volition in quite a while. She just really enjoys them when she does play them. And I was like, you know what? Hey, Ma, come over here. Let me teach you how to play these cards.
Yeah. She seemed to love it. She took to it really well.
Yeah. She had fun. She's like, this is good for me. It keeps my mind going. I need stuff like this. This is hard, Katie. This is hard. How do you remember all the cards? This is hard, Katie.
Oh my God, what's he doing to me? Am I winning?
I'm
Am I
winning.
winning?
I'm gonna whip your butt, Brett.
Yep.
I'm whipping your butt, aren't I?
She did.
She did. Yeah. You know, it's because we're playing open hand, trying to like, coax her along and let her know how to quest and how to challenge. And I think it's helpful when you're just kind of playing open hand and moving through the machinations of the game. For a new player to win can be really helpful. But anyway, she's like all day after that, like, I whipped your butt. He plays all the time. Katie, he plays all the time and I beat him. My first game.
She's so happy.
Yeah.
We're going to have her on the podcast to talk about her win.
I think we actually will.
I think we should too. I think it's genius.
We're trying to get the whole family involved because it was also our niece's birthday last week.
Yes.
And, in addition to kind of the classic Rapunzel doll and some, like Disney princess stickers and stuff like that, we got her a little deck box and we filled it with some pretty and popular character cards, like, threw in some common Annas and Elsas and Rapunzels and Jasmines and that sort of thing. And we also gave her a couple of booster packs to open and a tiny binder to put her favorite cards in. She's 6 years old. She was turning 6 last week. And, we were not at the point where we're like, oh, why don't you sit down and we'll teach you how to play this? I don't think she has the attention span quite yet, but just getting to look at the cards and flip through them and, tell her that she could put her favorite ones in her binder. It was really cool to see her light up. And, then after that, she was constantly asking, like, can I put these in my binder? Like, can I put cards in my binder? Can you want to look at my binder? It was very cute. So Lorcana appealing to everybody from the very young to our more seasoned card game players.
Yes. Yeah, it was a blast. It's so cool to watch her with all the cards, and I just watched your heart exploding as she was putting them into a little binder. So it was really fun.
And then she showed one to her little brother who has just turned 3 recently. And he, immediately looked at it and like crumpled it in his fist.
Yeah.
and our niece was unfazed. She just like unruffled it and like put it back in her binder. Like,
yeah,
it was nothing.
Didn't care.
Yeah, it was so cute.
Yeah, we're doing a good job spreading it to the fam. We gave my dad some cards a while ago too. We're slowly introducing my parents to playing Lorcana, so pretty soon we're gonna have a whole team over here. Just watch out.
And your mom really hates learning new board games.
Yeah, my dad loves it. My dad loves like numbers and figuring out the math and the trading situation and all that kind of stuff. But my mom, same way that I do, honestly, can get easily frustrated if she doesn't totally understand all the rules and isn't immediately good at it, which I also have a problem with. If I don't feel like immediately I'm really good at it, then I'm like, ugh, I'm not playing this. This is dumb.
But that said, we played a couple games with her and she was, kind of begrudgingly sitting there and I think, it seemed like maybe she wasn't enjoying herself. But by the end of it, she started to get into the flow. And then afterwards, she did say that she wanted to play again. So
yep, that's Lorcana, baby.
That's Lorcana. It hooks you even when you don't want it to.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting the whole family involved. Oh, we have an important update.
Breaking news. A Disney World snack emergency.
What's going on, Katie?
Okay, this just in, as of, I think, 2 days ago. Walt Disney World Resort is out of caramel apples. So caramel or whatever you say, apples are a classic Disney snack. You can usually find them in bakeries and all 4 parks, in some hotels too. They tend to put little marshmallow Mickey Mouse ears on them. They're very tasty. They'll break your teeth. They're classic. I don't see any reason why they would ever really go away from the parks, but they stopped appearing in stores a few days ago. And people were freaking out online thinking that Disney had gotten rid of caramel apples forever. And they haven't. It's just that I guess the caramel that they've been using was recently recalled, so they have to take out all their old caramel and wait for new caramel to show up. A kind of a wild headline. I don't know what they're replacing caramel apples with, or if they're just bakery cases that are empty, or if they're making more cookies to fill the holes. Everything is so perfectly planned at Disney World that I'm like, What are they doing?
This is a developing story, folks. We're going to have more for you as the story progresses.
Oh, for sure. A lot of people don't know too much about what's happening right now, too. There are unanswered questions about what's happening at Karamelkuchen in Germany.
Right, is that a different caramel than all the other caramels? That you'd think it would be, right? Because that's the special German caramel.
Right, that's supposed to be Werther's caramel.
Versus caramel from Karamelkuchen.
Yeah, so that's as of yet unresearched. From what I've read of people who are down boots on the ground on this caramel situation, they have not reported about Karamelkuchen yet.
If you are in Disney World and would like to be featured as a field reporter on Smorcana, please get in touch with us. We'd love to have a live caramel update.
Yes, and don't lose hope here, folks. Apparently, in a few weeks, they're going to get their caramel back and everything will be okay.
Well, that's what we said about COVID-19.
You know, that's right. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. so who knows about this caramel apple
Who knows
disaster?
if we'll ever have caramel apples again?
That's what we said about COVID.
We're gonna have to mask up in Karamelkuchen.
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 Yeah, so that's the hot news. I want to keep you guys in the loop about all the hot Disney snack news.
Yeah, that's why people are here, not just Lorcana, but the snack news as well. So.
Exactly.
Keeping on top of things. All right, well, we have a very light and fluffy menu prepared for the evening.
Yes, we're going to have a light lunch together today. And speaking of snacks, I'm getting quite hungry.
Let's beckon a server.
Hello.
Hi, Helga. Oh, hi, Francois. Bonsoir, Madame and Monsieur. It is very good to see you. We have a very light treat for you tonight.
We have cotton candy.
This is a very fine spun sugar that the lovely Helga is presenting to you. And then, of course, I will finish this dish with this wonderful pack of Shimmering Skies Lorcana, presented on a pillow of spun light sugar.
The cotton candy was spun by Francois's strong hands.
Helga's being too kind, Helga. You are being too kind. Of course, my hands are nowhere near as strong as Helga's, but they are precise, I like to think.
Perfect set of hands.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is very special. It's a pack presented on a lovely bed of cotton candy.
Yum.
Well, yum. It's yummy and exciting to open.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this cotton candy. Do you think different colors of cotton candy have different flavors?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I can't tell the difference.
Have you ever had the cotton candy that's bagged in like a foil bag, and it's kind of like little cotton candy tufts, and they're all multicolored that you would get in like a grocery store?
Oh, I have not had grocery store cotton candy, actually.
It's a different animal. It's, has more, I think, probably preservatives and stuff in it, but it also has much more distinct flavors. So, like, the yellow cotton candy has a lemony taste, and the pink cotton candy has this kind of strawberry taste, and then there's a blue cotton candy that has, like, a blue raspberry flavor to it.
I've never had that. I'm excited to try it now.
It does exist. I'm not making it up, I swear.
I've only had farm fresh cotton candy.
Yeah, like that you get right from the cows at a state fair kind of deal, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's crack open this pack that was brought to us by Francois and Helga.
Yeah. So we've seen some other content creators that do like pack openings and stuff, and we're like, well, that would be fun. We should do a pack opening, and we're going to open a single pack and like see what we get and talk about the cards. It'll be really really interesting. So what do you say we crack it open here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So right off the top here, Rancis Flugger Butter.
Oh, what a name. What a name, Rancis.
Rancis. Then we've got
Taffeta Mutton Fudge.
Vanellope Von Schweetz.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the 2-cost one. This is the one that when she quests, she reduces the strength of something by 1. Wow, I realized we got 2 Ruby cards right in a row. That's weird.
Yeah, and we got
All Sugar Rush.
All Sugar Rush Racers. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh, look, we got Tootsie Toe Jam.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh,
Tootsie
my God,
Toe Jam.
adorable.
And next we have Nestle Thwicket Fuzzle Bump. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, very cute.
Oh, look. We got Ethico Pamp.
Ethico Pamp.
She was really good in Leal.
She was awesome in Leo.
Yeah, a lot of people had her in their decks.
Yeah, definitely, definitely an up-and-coming card. We've been seeing a lot of Ethico Pamp lately.
There was a lot of that constructed yesterday, too.
She's floating all around. Zooming in her little cart.
Yep.
All right. Oh, here's Bellyache McGuane.
Can I just say, I love the art on this card.
Yeah, Bellyache McGuane. I mean, like, you can tell he's kind of like a little jerk. But he's still cute, you know? He's like a little fuss bucket.
Yeah, nobody's using him in the deck, though.
Well, because I think people have been complaining about this card quite a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like he has such an annoying effect that people didn't want to play him against their opponents. Like, it was actually giving your opponents belly aches. Like, that's how bad it was. It was very fitting that his name is Bellyache McGuane. All right, what do we got here? Oh, Tandy Hassel-Lasway. All right. I've never seen her in a deck.
Me neither.
Tandy Hassel-Lasway there.
Oh, Crunch Snunch.
Ugh.
You don't like Crunch Snunch?
Kind of stinks.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't imagine putting Crunch Snunch in a deck.
Yeah, it's not that great. Oh, the rare slot.
Rare slot, here we go. And, oh, the Vicar Ficklesbottom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, like, for a rare, he's up to $2 or $3, I think. So, you know, I think he's starting to make an impact in the meta. Definitely one of the more sought-after rares is the Vicar Ficklesbottom.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty solid. And he's the kind of card that you can put in a ton of decks, right? Like, you're never going to be sad to see the Vicar Ficklesbottom.
Yeah, we'll see some Vicar decks out there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can really build around him, too. Like, what would you call a build around Vicar Ficklesbottom deck?
I'd call it a Bicker, Ficker, Vickler, Ficklesbottom Elsa deck. Probably.
A Bicker, Ficker, Flickers bottom Elsa deck?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right, second. Oh, super rare. Well, let's see what we get here. Oh!
Bedelia Amelia Banana Pelia!
Bedelia Amelia Banana Pelia, super rare. Everybody's talking about Bedelia Amelia Banana Pelia.
Yeah, she's really strong.
Yeah, that ability to just scatter banana peels all around the table is really, really strong for sure.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
She makes kind of a mess when she hits the table, but you know, that's part of playing Bedelia Amelia Banana Pelia. And it's super rare for our collection, which is always a welcome sight. You're not guaranteed a super rare, so.
She's messy, but that's why you have sleeves.
Yeah, all right. And then in the...
Whoa! Oh, man!
Oh, my God.
An enchanted!
What is it going to be? What are we going to get?
Oh, I can't believe we opened an enchanted in this pack.
Oh, my God. In the pack that we opened while recording. Okay, what did we get here? Oh, King Candy!
King Candy!
Oh, what a pack. Holy cow.
That was so good.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. Let's go back through. We have, you know, Rance's Taffeta, Vanellope, all the Sugar Rush. Wow, we got...
Yeah.
Did we get all Sugar Rush racers in this pack?
I think so.
Holy cow. What's your favorite here? Who do you like?
There's a lot of good ones. I really like Bellyache McGuane, and I'm obviously a big fan of the Vicar Ficklesbottom. What about you?
I'm surprised to hear you say that you like Bellyache McGuane. You're going to be one of those players, huh? And just...
Well, all right. I like Bellyache McGuane because of the art, like I was saying before.
Okay, sure. For me, I'm a fan of Nestlethwicket Fuzzlebump for sure. I think she's quite good, and I think Tandy Hassel-Lasway is underrated.
Yeah, I think so too.
The only real dud of the pack that we got was Crunch Snunch.
Yeah, but you know, it's Crunch Snunch is one of those commons that you just know you're going to get over and over.
Yeah, you know, it's all right. You put them in the donation bin and you move on. See you, Crunch Snunch.
We can give it to our niece.
Yeah, she won't know. She can crunch it up as much as she wants, and no one will be upset.
Exactly. Do you think you're going to see any Ethico Pamp in Toronto?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, after the impact that Ethico Pamp made in Lille, we could definitely see some more. You know, there are some other fun actual names from from Wreck-It Ralph.
What do you mean? Those aren't people from Wreck-It Ralph?
No, of course they are. There are some other fun names from the Sugar Rush racers that we haven't seen in Lorcana yet. So, you know, Taffeta, Mutton Fudge, and Rance's Flugger Butter, they're in Wreck-It Ralph, right? But there are a couple other ones that aren't in Lorcana, including... Yeah. Jubilina Bing Bang.
What a name.
Great.
Crumbelina di Caramello.
There's Swizzle Malarkey.
An incredible name.
Yep, and this is my favorite, this last one.
Adorabeezel Winterpop.
Adorabeezel Winterpop.
Amazing.
Can't wait to see Adorabeezel Winterpop make an appearance in the game.
I hope we do. I hope they get a little deeper into the deep cuts. Sometimes Lorcana surprises us with their deep cuts, so you never know.
I think that the first deck that I might build after Toronto, just to go in a completely different direction, I think I might make a Sugar Rush Racer deck.
There were some taffeta mutton fudges going around yesterday, and they were really good.
There was also that Racer classification that wasn't called out by any card, so I feel like in the future we are going to see more Racers, and we might see some more support for the Racer archetype.
I hope so too, and I hope that eventually when we start to get Pixar stuff, maybe there could be like a Cars Sugar Rush kind of deck, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. We're definitely going to see a Lightning McQueen Racer card.
Lightning McQueen Vanellope deck.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just have Vanellope and Taffeta join up with Lightning McQueen and race to victory.
Well, that was a delicious pack opening and delicious cotton candy.
A wonderful combination.
Let's get into some more substantial food here. Hello. No, you go.
Apologies, Elga, I did not mean to cut you off, of course. Please, I'll continue. Pardon-moi.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off either.
You could never mean that, Elga. It is, of course, no worries. Madame et Monsieur, we have for you tonight an edible dictionary.
It is paper and words, but it's good to eat.
That is quite the apt description, Elga, beautifully said. I must say, the chef has been experimenting with the edibility of everyday objects. He has concocted a replica dictionary, but it is, of course, catable and edible, and you may eat it as you wish.
Is like show, is it cake? Enjoy. Oh.
They are like lockstep right now together.
Yeah, they're flirting a little bit, right?
You think so?
I think they might be.
Do you remember like a while ago when Helga was kind of upset about a man and
Yeah.
and you know there's some tension and stuff and then Francois was maybe a little bit weird. You said I didn't pick up on it, but
Yeah.
you did. I don't know. I think they might be are they dating?
Do they date?
I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about Francois and Helga dating, but I feel like that might be what's going on here.
I guess they do, right? They're people.
Yeah. Anyway, look at this. This looks ostensibly like a dictionary, like an old dictionary that you'd get at a gas station in the 90s.
Right, it does. But I think it's actually cake. It's one of those like hyper-realistic cake things.
Maybe it will help us in our pronunciations of Disney names.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's time to bring back one of our favorite segments about how to pronounce things in Lorcana.
Hooray!
We've done this segment before, right, where we discuss how to pronounce Disney character names. And one of the beautiful things about Lorcana is that sometimes they pick lesser-known characters for cards, right? It's not all Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy.
Oh, it's pronounced Donald.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not Donald?
No, it's actually Donald.
Okay, good. Well, see,
Yeah.
we're already learning.
We're already learning things. So it is our duty as Disney fans to let you in on how to properly pronounce these Disney character names, because some people haven't watched these movies in a while. You know, if you haven't watched it in a while, you might not know how to pronounce these characters' names. So beyond pronunciations, what's another issue that we've been facing in the community?
So we had highlighted something called the Magic Dactyl, something that we called the Magic Dactyl many episodes ago.
Yeah, what is that?
So a dactyl, just a quick refresher here if you haven't heard that episode, a dactyl is a poetic foot consisting of a stressed syllable and then two unstressed syllables. So Clarabelle is an example of a dactyl. 3 syllables, you stress Claire. Clarabelle is a dactylic foot.
Ba ba ba.
Exactly. Ba ba ba. Now, what happens very often, particularly for folks who are coming from playing Magic the Gathering,
Right.
something I've noticed, and I can always identify a Magic player by this, is they'll pronounce a card name using a dactylic foot regardless of whether or not it merits a dactylic pronunciation.
Right. So something like be prepared, instead of pronouncing it like be prepared, they'd say be prepared.
Be prepared. A be prepared?
It's an interesting phenomenon.
A let it go? Those are classic examples that will give away a Magic player instantly. Those are
Yes.
Magic dactyls.
Yes, and it doesn't make any sense if you're thinking about it in terms of the actual Disney card, or the song, I should say. You would never say, oh, my favorite song from Lion King is Be Prepared. You'd say it's Be Prepared.
Right.
And like, let it go.
A few other Magic dactyls have come along in the subsequent months here. And, more warning signs for you.
Yes, there have been many new cards, and it is our duty to tell you what's going on with them.
There's Wreck-It Ralph. That is awful. I can't see
It is awful.
Yeah, you try not to judge it. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, a Wreck-It Ralph also drives me insane.
A Wreck-It Ralph? I'm going to play a Wreck-It Ralph.
It's like, what are you doing?
Or a You're Welcome.
Okay, a You're Welcome. I can't even do it right. A You're Welcome might be the worst thing that's ever happened in America.
It's pretty bad.
I don't want to be dramatic,
A
but yikes.
Prince Naveen?
Oh,
A Prince Naveen.
a Golden Harp?
Be King Undisputed?
Blech.
Ugh.
Blech.
So, don't say Golden Harp. Don't say Prince Naveen.
Just say Prince Naveen.
Just say it like it
Just
looks.
pronounce it like the word. Yeah. Just read it. Just read it like how the words are.
This is all in jest. We're not actually, upset about any of this, but it's pretty funny to look at etymologically, I guess, and be like, how did this start? Why is every card pronounced this way? Like, how did this happen?
It's really interesting for us, too, coming from not a strong Magic background, right? We have other card game backgrounds, but not really Magic, and other card games don't pronounce the cards like this. Hearthstone once in a while would have interesting pronunciations, but it wasn't a dactyl like this. So it's a very, and again, like you said, we're not upset that anyone's doing this. We don't really care, but it is an interesting phenomenon coming from two English majors.
I think that it probably stems from the fact that no Magic card has a pre-existing IP with which to base any pronunciation upon. So, at some point this started, and as these insulated Magic communities grew, one player started talking like this, and then another did, and then another did, and then another did. And because there was nobody or no reason to correct that and say like, well, actually, if you go back and watch the movie, it's pronounced this way or whatever. It's not like they can go and watch Wreck-It Ralph and hear somebody say Wreck-It Ralph.
Right. Exactly. It's difficult. It's difficult unless they truly sit down and absorb all of Disney that they possibly can.
And we're happy to do that for you if you're more of a casual Disney watcher.
Yeah.
Because we kind of just have it running.
We just have it on. I mean, it's what we put on when we play Lorcana, and we play Lorcana all the time. So where are some other, beyond the Magic Dactyl, where are some other pronunciations getting lost here?
We have to call out a certain mermaid.
Yes, we do.
The pronunciation of the name of a certain mermaid.
Yes, there's another lovely Lorcana podcast that tends to wildly mispronounce this name.
We love Podcana.
Yep.
It's a great podcast. If you want insights into competitive Lorcana from the cutting edge of the metagame, then definitely tune into Podcana. This is all in good fun. But
yes.
Poor Brendan from Podcana. This is for you, man. This is for you. Brendan, who did a great job casting at Fort Worth and, is a great pillar of the community and also needs to learn how to say the name of this mermaid.
Yeah, he's got great insights, does a good job. But boy, what is happening when he goes to pronounce The Little Mermaid? He can't pronounce Ariel.
He says Ariel. Ariel.
It's not
Ariel?
even it's like he swallows the whole word. Now, some people say Ariel because they hear Sebastian say it in the movie and that's how he says it. But it's Ariel.
Ariel.
Right.
Not Ariel.
Right.
And Ariel.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's wild. So that's for you, man. That's for you. This
Yep.
is just a hot tip. You've given us lots of hot tips
Yep.
over the last several months, and that one's for you, buddy. But anyway, we want to get to some of the more complex names that have been introduced to Lorcana. So what we're going to do is, since Katie is our resident Disney expert, I'm going to describe this character. We'll throw it to you for, the correct pronunciation. And then we do have our super Disney translator computer handy to give us the definitive kind of baseline non-regional pronunciation of the name.
Exactly. We want to give you the correct information for everything, so we will double check with the computer. I do feel pretty confident in my pronunciations, but we'll double check.
So just as a control here, here's how to pronounce Ariel according to our supercomputer.
Ariel.
Okay. Yep. See?
Ariel.
Yep.
Perfect. Not Ariel, it's Ariel.
Yep. Ariel.
Great.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
All right. So the first name that I've seen folks struggle with a little bit, there's a certain rooster bard who helps us sing through Robin Hood.
Yes.
And he was introduced as a card in Shimmering Skies, a beautiful card, and a potentially useful card for any song decks. Now, how would you pronounce the name of that rooster?
Alan Adale.
Alan Adale, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Alan Adale.
All right. Alan Adale. All right. Let's see what the supercomputer says.
Alienodal.
What was that?
Alienodal.
What?
Alienodal.
Alienodal. Well,
Alienodal.
guess I'm wrong.
Alienodal. Okay, I think I see why it's because it's Alan of Dale is kind of where that comes from.
Right.
So Alienodal.
Alienodal is
So
the
it's
right
like
way.
somebody who traveled from
Odal.
Odal, and Dole must be kind of like, I don't know, like a Welsh pronunciation or something like
Sure.
that. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's Welsh.
It's probably Welsh.
It's Welsh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Alienodal. Right. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So there you go. We thought it was Alan Adale, but it is in fact Alienodal. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, this is Mirabelle's mother. She gives folks food and heals them in Encanto. Now, this is one that folks maybe have been a little bit unsure about, struggling with a little bit. How would you pronounce her name?
Her name is Julieta Madrigal. So a lot of people say Julieta. That just isn't her name. It has a J, but the J is more of a H sound. So Julieta.
And Mirabelle sings about it. My mom
Yeah.
Julieta can make you feel better with just one arepa.
Yeah, right. Julieta.
All right, let's type this into our supercomputer, Julieta Madrigal. See what
Okay.
we
Beep,
get
beep,
here.
beep,
Just
beep,
make
beep,
sure.
beep, 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 beep.
Julieta Mareganel.
Oh, that's what it is then.
Julieta Mareganel.
Julieta Madrigal.
Julieta Madrigal.
Julieta Madrigal. We're pretty close. I think if you go with Julieta, it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's probably okay.
Let's but one more time, if you want to be really precise.
Julieta Mareganel.
All right. Here's another one. This is the main character of a super underrated movie, Brother Bear.
Oh, we love Brother Bear.
He goes on a very long journey where he has to learn what the importance of love and gets transformed into a bear along the way. So how would you pronounce his name?
His name is pronounced Keen Eye. Almost like you have a keen eye for something. Keen Eye. It's tough because a lot of people haven't seen Brother Bear, but if you are one of those people that has not seen Brother Bear, do not fear. Just watch Brother Bear. It's really good.
All right, Keen Eye. That's great. Let's get that plugged into the computer here and see what it says.
Oui,
Oh, it's Weoi.
oui,
Oh, there are silent consonants in there. It's
Right.
Ey. Good. All right. Another one from the same movie.
Yep.
This is the elder who is responsible for guiding Kenai along his journey.
Yep.
She's the one who gives him his totem,
She's Tanana.
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 All right, let's get a look here. Supercomputer says.
Oh.
Oh, you know what?
Interesting.
It's one of those situations where because you have those repeating letters, right? The A, it's like that math situation where a decimal point repeats. And it's just
Right.
once you get to a certain amount of those repeating letters, it repeats ad infinitum, as long as you want to keep saying it. So then that's why
Right.
you get situations where you say, you could pronounce her name as.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and you could keep going too.
Right.
Right.
I've got it now.
Yeah, totally. One more time, just to make sure for the listeners. Great. All right, another one. Now, this is one that I had a lot of trouble with after watching Atlantis, right? This is the Princess of Atlantis. She is a really cool amber card with a shift line.
Yep.
She reduces the strength of things. Her legendary is really cool. And I had so much trouble figuring out what the characters in the movie were saying.
Right.
Because they kind of like swallow some of the consonants as well. So how would you say her name?
Kida.
Kida.
Yeah,
See,
Kida.
like, even when you say it now, it sounds like you're saying Kira. And
I know.
That's how it sounds in the movie, too. It sounds like they're saying Kira.
Yeah, they're like flipping the D. They're like Kira.
Kira.
It's weird. It's wild. But it's Kida.
All right, let's see what the computer says, because I'm having a hard time with this one.
Kieira.
Oh.
Kieira.
Kida. That makes sense.
It's coming up as a Portuguese etymology.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kida.
It's actually having trouble determining whether it's Maori or Portuguese.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Which is fascinating, because Atlantis being a fictitious place, that they would try to blend Maori and Portuguese is really interesting to create this character's name.
Fascinating. Wow. We're learning a lot.
We are.
We thought we were the experts here, but we're actually learning quite a bit about this.
The computer knows all. All right, here's another one. This is Mirabel's other parent. He is married to Julieta. What is his name?
His name is Augustine.
Augustine,
yeah.
My dad Augustine, well, he's accident prone, but he means well.
Exactly. Augustine. I know that we like to Americanize it as Augustine, but technically it's Augustine.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we get when we type it into the computer.
Oh, Iaugostru.
Iagostrom. I think there's a soft M on the end there.
Oh.
Even though it's an N, when you write it out, it's an M.
Oh.
So we thought it was Agostine.
Yeah.
But in fact, it's...
Iaugostrum.
And it's not Augustine. That we can be definitely sure of.
Right.
Right. It's more like...
Iaugostrum.
Iagostrom Madrigal. Okay. Got it.
And it's picking up Macedonian here, yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yep.
For a movie set in Colombia, that's surprising for sure.
But, we're not going to argue with a computer here, folks.
I mean, is it such a far-fetched thing to think that there was a Macedonian, globalization manager at Disney working during those few years?
Right? There could have been.
All right, here's another one. This is Pacha's little baby. It's their middle child, I believe.
Right. They have a tiny baby that is yet unborn in the movie, so I guess he technically is the middle child. His name is Tipo. And his sister is Chaka. Yep, Chaka and Tipo.
Okay. Let's see what we get when we plug that into the computer.
Tipo.
Oh.
Tipo.
So we were pretty close on that one.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No, not too bad.
Tipo.
And this one apparently is Dutch, according to the computer.
Oh, it's Dutch. I didn't know Emperor's New Groove was Dutch.
Another interesting choice for a Central American set story.
Yeah.
Tipo.
The computer never lies. All right,
Tipo.
let's go back to Brother Bear one more time.
Because Brother Bear's got tricky words.
Yeah, what is
and names.
Kenai's brother's name? This is the brother who is hunting Kenai unwittingly throughout the movie.
Right.
He has a new card. It's an uninkable Ruby 5-drop.
Which, honestly, I've really loved and sealed. His name is Denahi.
All right, let's see what the correct pronunciation here is, because I think, you're telling me it's Denahi, but at this point, I don't know if I can believe you. Let's see what we got.
Right.
Donut Hope.
Oh, Donut Hope. Oh.
Donut Hope.
Oh,
Donut
right.
Hope.
Okay. Donut Hope.
Donut Hope.
Now, what is the etymology of that one?
It says that it's Norwegian. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Donut Hoop. And it's not hope, it's hoop.
Right. Sorry. Donut Hoop. Got it.
Donut Hoop.
Donut Hoop.
Donut Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Donut Hoop.
Donut Hoop. That's how it's not Denahi. It's
No.
Donut Hoop. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a funny one, huh?
That's
Donut Hoop.
It's silly,
You
but
look at Denahi, the way it's spelled, and
Yeah.
I'm not even getting out of the habit of it yet. you look at that name written out,
Donut Hoop.
and you don't think it would be pronounced Donadub.
But it is.
Yeah, there's an invisible P on the end.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Learning a lot about names.
Yeah. Last one. A very famous villain, the antagonist of Beauty and the Beast. His name is?
His name is Gaston. Sometimes people say Gaston, and I'm like, what?
What?
Where'd you get the E from? But it's just Gaston.
All right. Let's see what the computer says, though, because we think we know everything, but the computer always knocks us down a peg.
Gaston.
Oh.
That correctly identified as French.
Gaston.
Gaston. Right, that's what you'd expect. Good job, computer. Okay, like that makes sense to me. It's French, like a French pronunciations.
Yeah, I think
That's-
it's working again.
Yeah, I feel like it's back on track here, because for a while I was, identifying things with very strange geographical results. So let's
Yeah.
just to confirm, here's Gaston. It's identifying that as French.
Gaston.
Gaston.
Let's try. What do you want to try? Like as a control
Let's
or
just
something?
check again, just to make sure that the computer was correct all along, because Gaston is correct. I mean, I think all of these are right. They've been a little surprising. So I want to make sure that we're not off on any other classic characters, right? Like, have we been pronouncing Mickey Mouse right this whole time?
All right, let's get a look at this. Here's Mickey Mouse typed into the computer just for a control. Just make sure it's on here because we know how to pronounce Mickey Mouse. Nobody's disputing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Mukei-mua se solvi.
What was that?
Mukei-mua se solvi.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Mukei-mua se solvi.
Mukemuasi.
Yeah.
Mukemuasi.
Mukemuashi.
Mukei-mua se solvi.
Now, what language is it saying that's from?
Czech.
Oh, you know what? I think the computer's right.
Is Walt of Czech descent?
I think that Mickey is.
Oh, canonically, Mickey Mouse is Czech.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so his name, if we wanted to be, a little bit more appropriate about
Yeah,
his
correct,
heritage.
yeah.
Mukei-mua se solvi.
Mukemuasi.
Yeah, Mukemuashi.
Okay, great. Great.
Right. Okay, well, now we all know.
We all know. We've learned so much here. I'm so glad that they brought us this little edible dictionary treat to help us along with our pronunciations.
Yeah, I'm proud of us.
Well, after eating a whole dictionary, I gotta say I'm pretty full. I think I'm ready to hit the road.
Yeah, let's get a little mint on our way out.
What have we got here?
Well, we had a very sugary meal today. We had a little cotton candy to start. We had some cake. And there is a Disney character who I think would be not a fan of this dish.
Potentially shocked and appalled.
Yes, and that is who you have selected this week to make a dream card about. Tell us about this.
So we have here Anton Ego, harsh
Woo!
critic. Ratatouille is probably my favorite Pixar movie. I love it very much. And I particularly love the subplot with Anton Ego and how it informs the journey that Linguini and Remy go on.
I'm so happy that we have him on the podcast. What a foodie.
I think we're going to see Mr. Ego in Lorcana in 2026 or 2027, someday when Pixar makes its way to the game, but I couldn't wait, and so I made this. We have Anton Ego, harsh critic. He is a 7-cost steel card with 5 strength, 10 willpower. He quests for 4, and he's a storyborn villain. So, a big old beat stick. He has resist 2 as well. So just like a giant on the board, right? Like you compare him to Cinderella Stouthearted and he's got 5 more willpower. He quests for 1 more. But for all of that strength, he does have this drawback. Perspective gained. When this character is banished, each opponent gains 3 lore.
Yeah, it's beautiful in terms of the storytelling, right? That Ego is this harsh critic. He's got resist up, right? He's got some walls up. It's really hard to break through and get him. But once you win him over, once you banish him, once you, defeat him in a way, you gain from that.
Yeah, I wanted this to reflect absolutely his obstinance and how much gravitas he carries with him. He can move his own game plan forward. But if you do manage to break through those substantial walls and find his weakness, then, yeah, you get all of the reward from that.
Exactly.
And I love this quote that is his flavor text at the bottom here. I don't like food, I love it. If I don't love it, I don't swallow.
Yeah, so good.
So yeah, I hope we see him in Lorcana someday, and maybe it will take a form such as this. We've been on with some of our dream card predictions in the past, so we'll see. What's next on our menu, Katie?
All right, so next weekend, you'll be in Toronto. Yes, you'll be just drowning in maple syrup. So
I hope so.
I hope so too.
That sounds okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to drown, I mean,
hope
that's
you're
not the worst way
drowning.
to go.
I hope you're like in a swimming pool of maple syrup. I don't want you to be drowning in maple syrup.
It would be difficult to swim. I think I'd be more likely to drown than swim if I was in a pool of maple syrup.
Oh no, I wish I didn't say anything now.
But again, it's not the worst way to go.
Yes, it's not good.
I'd rather drown in maple syrup than, plain old H2O.
I guess that's fair. Next week, we'll probably be releasing a day late so that we can do a Toronto recap and get that into that episode. You won't be typically we release on Mondays. You won't be getting back from Canada until Monday, so we'll probably release Tuesday morning.
It's possible that we'll be able to record this week and schedule a release for Monday, but it wouldn't include a Toronto recap, so I think it would behoove us to wait the extra little bit and make an insert just talking about Toronto. What else are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about Sealed, baby, Sealed.
Talk about some Limited with our friends at 40 Born ending their podcasting efforts. We thought maybe we'd talk about some of our experiences with Limited formats and just some of the cards that we have seen perform really well at Sealed and draft events.
Yeah, we both tend to do pretty well with the Limited format, so we have a lot of insights, a lot of fun stories, and we can't wait to chat about it.
Also going to hit you with another bet you didn't know about Diz.
Diz.
We recognize that this week was a pretty fluffy episode, so to speak, so we want to make sure we get some, a little bit more substantial, meaty content to you next week.
Yeah, this week was a fun candy bar, but you can't eat candy bars for every meal.
And on the horizon is, of course, a Shimmering Skies meta discussion. We'll definitely be delving into that at some point, so we look forward to it.
In the meantime, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on all of our social medias at Smorcana.
Leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you're so inclined. Until next time, keep on snacking, y'all.
Yeah.